Hello and welcome. My name's Campbell and this is Spiral Up Channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. And today I wanted to talk about karma and maybe how we can avoid taking it on. So let's get into it. My karma ran over my dogma. Karma is this concept that when we do things, good or bad, things come back to us. Basically, it's really the same as, as you give, so shall you receive. But karma, people tend to think of it over a longer time period, I guess, that if you do good things or bad things, it could be 20 years ago, this karma thing is going to come back to us. Now, so what is karma? I mean, I would say definitely in the bigger picture, if we do good, good comes back to us. If we do bad, bad comes back to us. But I think really, most people who sort of think about karma and talk about it, I think what they're talking about is their belief systems, right? And their programs, because above, all this, karma and stuff is we create our reality. We create it all by what we believe and what we think and what we focus on, in our consciousness. So, if you take on a lot of beliefs like life is hard, bad things always happen to me, well, you're probably going to be the kind of person that thinks that karma is always coming for you. Because another thing about karma is most of the time you hear people talk about it, it's it's spoken about in the negative, as a bad thing. You don't hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, karma, my karma came and it was awesome. I, made lots of money, or I met the, partner of my dream. I traveled the world. You don't hear that a lot. It's always like bad karma, right? So to me, that's a belief system. So how do we avoid that? Well, what I've always done, and it's kind of, it's kind of something I've just always done. It was just kind of innate, right? Is I don't take karma on. You see, this is the thing, is we actually don't need to take it on in the first place, because like I said, this karma, it's other people's opinions of you, and other people's opinions of you is just a projection of themselves onto you. So if someone says to you, if you say, I'm going to go run a marathon, you tell someone and they say, well, you'll never do that because you're not fit enough and it's so hard and you don't have the staying power. There's no possible way they could know that about you. Sure, they might know, bits about you, but what they're talking about is they're talking about themselves. They're saying that they wouldn't be able to do it. And so this is what we get, all these opinions as facts. And of course, if we take that on, like, oh yeah, right, oh, it will be hard, oh, why do I think I could do it? All that, then we do create the karma, because we never try, right? And we start focusing on the bad things. And of course, when we do that, we attract bad things into our reality and our experience. So we can actually, detach and not take these opinions of people on in the first place. And of course, it's harder when we're children, but now that we're all grown up, we can do this right now. You can understand that when people are talking to you and telling you, their facts and how it is, it's just an opinion. And that opinion they got from someone else who was just telling them an opinion. All right. So no wonder we're in such a kerfuffle at the moment, is everyone's running around, using opinions as facts, and also believing that other people know more about themselves than they do. So, when I'm talking to people and I hear all this stuff, whether it's information or whether it's them saying things about me or what they believe about me, I'm always, and that's interesting, I never ever judge things as right or wrong. And so, that's power, guys. That is powerful. If someone's berating you and putting you down and saying, you'll never do that, or rah, 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 If you're sitting there going, well, that's interesting. Well, that's an interesting point of view. I wonder why they think that. Wow, they must have had a hard childhood. That's very, very different and much more empowering than going, oh, yeah, right. Okay. He's got a point there. I could never do that. Yeah, blah, blah. That the power is in detachment, which is really what it comes down to. It's about being in the world, but not of the world. So you start to be, like a watcher, I guess. You start to be someone who interacts with the world rather than being a part of this merry-go-round, right? Instead of being in there and completely absorbed and involved in other people's opinions and what's going on in the outside world, we can stand there in our own power and our own mindfulness, and we can look at situations from a detached point of view. And that means that, we can see that when other people react, they're doing it because of a certain reason. It's normally got nothing to do with you at all. It really doesn't. They're just talking about themselves. So don't take it on. Just if you understand that this is just people talking about themselves or repeating opinions, then you'll understand that it would be silly for you to then continue to take that on as an opinion, especially if it's disempowering to you. So that's what I wanted to say is you don't need to take on all this crap. You can distance yourself from it, energetically and mentally, so that when people are telling you all this stuff, you're like, oh yeah, whatever. And it's not getting in, right? It's to do with it, shielding as well. And there are videos on this channel of how to build your shields. You have this shield. So, obviously if it's your child or your partner saying things to you, then you're going to listen more, right? But if it's someone that is a friend or an acquaintance, then just bounces off. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. And of course, you should also always, retrospect things. Do they have a point? But most of the time they don't. Only if if something hits and you're like, oh. But apart from that, it's just an opinion, guys. Don't take it on. Just think things through. Things don't have to be right or wrong. They can just be interesting. All right. And if you live your life from that perspective, it's empowering because, like I said, you no longer get caught up in the outside world. You're no longer dragged into this emotional, spiral down. You can stand in your own power and spiral up no matter what's going on around you. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it made sense. Please give me a like, a subscribe, and share this content around as I'm trying to grow this channel. And obviously the likes help the algorithm. And if you share it around, more people will be able to hear this message. So thank you for spending some time with me. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.